Seeds. Those delicious little morsels that we throw in our mouth in front of the TV that we sprinkle on our salad. Yes, they're delicious and crunchy, but they have a lot of value too, a lot of nutritional value. You know, after all, birds survive basically on seeds. And seeds, hence, you know, all the concentration of the minerals and the nutritional elements for a new plant to grow. And as we're eating and using them in cooking, we get that benefit. So, what kind of seeds? There's all kinds of seeds. So, here are the sunflower seeds. We love those. This is millet. Millet is the seed of a grass, and it's an old plant. And this could be milled into a flour or used as is in soups instead of rice, and they're delicious. This is celery seeds. So these are the seeds of a stalk of a plant that grows, and these seeds will make sure that there's more celery for us to use in our soups. These are sesame seeds. Sesame seeds are delicious. We put them as decoration for that added crunch on breads, on baked goods, but also you can mill it into a paste with a little bit of oil, and you get yourself a great sesame paste. Fennel seeds, delicious fennel seeds, as is in soups and pastas, but you can mill it and make fennel powder. Mustard seeds, they are black, beige, yellow, all colors. This you can mill and you make mustard powder. You add a little bit of vinegar to it, a little bit of white wine, and you have mustard. These are squash, pumpkin seeds. We love these. Kind of crunch on them, delicious. You can put them in salads, you can put them in pasta dishes, you can bake with them. They're delicious to bake. And poppy seeds. These are the seeds of a flower, used a lot in baking, in stuffing, in soups. So let's put those seeds really now to practice. You know, what I talked to you about seeds, is it good? I use a lot of it. You know, sesame seeds. This will do a chicken with sesame seeds, and it's delightful. And sesame seeds are used a lot, especially in southern Italy, to put on bread, to put on cookies, to put on panini. So we'll make a coating for the chicken, and then we'll roll the chicken in and then just bake it. Nice, tasty, and healthy. Here we have some sun-dried tomato, chopped up a little bit, sesame seeds, and some fresh tomatoes. I want some moisture in here. I want some fresh flavor. So I am just kind of getting the seeds out. You say, hey, Lydia, you're talking about using seeds, now you're getting rid of the seeds. Well, the tomato seeds sometimes are a little bitter. You know, there's a little bit too much tannin in them. So I'm getting them out. So let's grind it into a paste. And I'm okay if there's a little seeds left whole. That gives you a little bit of texture. I'm going to put just a little bit of oil. Okay. This is a great dish to make when you have a big group. So the chicken breast, just clean a little bit of the fat, and I'm looking kind of to cut it lengthwise, just because I think if you cut it like this, instead of making a big chunky square, you have more surface where the marinade, the flavoring can adhere to, and hence a more tasteful dish. So I want to slightly oil a baking sheet. And this is where we'll put the chicken. So let's get back to kind of making this a great paste. I'm thinking about salt. You know, certainly I don't have salt in there, and I'm going to season the chicken with the salt. But I think that this has enough flavor in it, and salt with the tomatoes, the sun-dried tomatoes. So let's just make sure that the meat has the flavor. Put some cheese. Again, this will add some more of the complexity and saltiness. You want it to be loose enough to adhere to the chicken. So you kind of go around and you press in a little bit, because if you just toss it, it won't really adhere at least as much as I would like. So you kind of also shape each piece and just put it here. Let's put it here. I am snugly fitting them in, but it's fine because this will bake at high temperature. The danger of when you want something crisp, but you put it all close together, is that whatever you're putting close together, meat or fish, releases a lot of its water, and then it never caramelizes. It steams. But the breast doesn't have all that much juice. So, just a little drizzle of oil, and you need a hot oven at 450 degrees and about 15-20 minutes, and it's all done nice and crisp. I think they're done nice and crisp, but still nice and moist. I have some broccoli cooking. I think it's going to be a great. I want to leave something with you. Whenever you bring anything out of the oven and it's still hot and you're going to leave it here and you're going to move around, somebody might come and just grab it. So always leave a rag on the side so they know that it's hot. If you have a saute pan in the oven and you bring it out, always leave a towel, a kitchen towel on it so that people know that they don't grab it nice and hot. So let's see a little bit of what I'm going to have. I'm going to taste a little piece, let you know, just a little piece of maybe let's, you see, it's soft and yet it's just a little piece of broccoli, just like that, and just like that. And you see it's nice and crisp on the bottom also. Hot, hot, hot. It's really good. The complexity of the flavor, there's the crunch of the sesame seeds, the chicken, simple and good.